My German Shepherd looked straight at me, like I was a stranger. No tail wag. No excitement. Just silence. For a moment, I honestly wondered if time had erased me from his memory. I stood there, frozen, afraid that whatever bond we once had might be gone forever. Everyone tells you dogs never forget their person. They say loyalty like that doesn't fade. But standing just a few feet away from him, feeling completely invisible, I wasn't so sure anymore. I had imagined this reunion 1,000 times. I pictured him running toward me, ears back, tail going wild, that look that says you're finally home. Instead, he just watched me, still, quiet, careful, as if he was trying to decide who I was. I didn't move. I didn't speak. I didn't want to push him or ruin whatever this moment was becoming. His body stayed calm, but his eyes told a different story. They studied my face, my posture, my energy, like he was searching for something familiar, but not fully convinced yet. And that's when it hit me. This wasn't rejection. This was hesitation. German Shepherds don't rush decisions. They analyze. They measure. They need to feel safe before they react. Still, the silence hurt more than I expected. Seconds stretched out. My heart was pounding and one thought wouldn't leave my head. What if I changed too much? What if time did what distance sometimes does, and quietly broke something I thought was unbreakable? Then I shifted my weight. Just slightly. His ears moved. Barely noticeable. But to me it was everything. His nose twitched. One slow breath in. Then another. And suddenly I realized something important. He wasn't forgetting me. He was remembering. Dogs don't recognize you the way humans do. They don't rely on faces or names. They remember through scent, tone, and energy, things that live deeper than memory. I said his name, softly, the same way I always used to. That's when I saw it. The tension in his body loosened, just a little. His head tilted, not in confusion, but in recognition. Still, he didn't run toward me. And somehow that made the moment even heavier. He took one slow step forward, then stopped. Another pause. It felt like he was asking a question without words. Is this really you? Are you staying this time? I lowered myself slightly. Not to call him. Not to force anything. Just to be smaller, calmer, more familiar. And then it happened. His tail moved. Not fast. Not excited. Just one gentle sway. I didn't realize I was holding my breath until I finally let it go. He took another step. Then another. Each step felt like a lifetime. When he reached me, he didn't jump. He didn't lick my face. He leaned in slowly, pressing the side of his body against my leg. That lean. If you know German Shepherds, you know. That's not excitement. That's trust. That's the moment they say, I remember who you are, and I choose you again. I rested my hand on his shoulder. He let out the deepest sigh. The kind you don't even realize an animal is holding. It was like he'd been carrying uncertainty for days, maybe longer, and finally set it down. That's when the tears came. Not because I was sad, but because I understood something most people never notice. Reunions aren't always loud. They aren't always dramatic. Sometimes they're quiet. Sometimes they're slow. Sometimes trust has to wake up before joy can follow. A few seconds later, the tail wagging started. Then the face licking. Then the excitement I had imagined all along. But by then I didn't even need it, because the hardest part was already over. What most people don't realize is that German Shepherds don't bond to presence alone. They bond to consistency, to reliability, to the feeling that you are their safe place. When you disappear, even for reasons they don't understand, that safety gets shaken. This reunion wasn't just about recognizing my face. It was about deciding whether I was still worth trusting. And that choice meant everything. If you've ever reunited with a dog after time apart, you know that feeling. That quiet pause. That uncertainty. That fear that things might not be the same. But here's the truth. Real bonds don't vanish. They wait. They wait beneath the surface, protected by instinct, patience, and memory that runs deeper than words. That day reminded me that trust isn't proven by how fast a dog runs toward you. It's proven by whether they feel safe enough to come back at all. If this story hit something inside you, tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more real stories about loyalty, trust, and the unspoken bond between humans and dogs, subscribe to Luke Luck. Because some bonds don't need words, they just need time. And one unforgettable moment to remind you they were never truly gone.